Hi everybody, it's Crystal. So I'm going to show you how to make this top, this lady's top. This is for a size large to extra large. Now it's easily adjustable and I'll show you how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started on it. Okay, for this project I'm using a Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable. I'm sorry I took the tag off and my kids threw it away when they were cleaning up the house. So I don't have the tag, but you're probably most people are familiar with it. But you don't have to use this yarn. It's just a 4-ply yarn, so any 4-ply yarn will work. But this one's like a little, I like this one. I think it's good for garments. I think it has somewhat of a stretch to it. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it kind of feels like it does. And since this is kind of more of a lacier top, I think this works well for that too. But again, you don't have to use this. You can use something different. And I think the color I use is called Cappuccino, pretty sure. But any color you have or like will work just fine. And I'm using a size I, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Now mine's for a size large, extra large, and it's easily adjustable. All you gotta do is kind of adjust it with the starting chain. Okay, we're gonna be making this. I'm gonna be making this with the Posie stitch, and that stitch is done in multiples of 12 plus 11. And what that means is your starting chain needs to be divisible by 12, or it needs to be a multiple of 12. So you can count in 12s if you want. See, there's 12, and then I can do another 12 and another 12. But I started with a chain of 72, which is my multiple of 12, and then you got to add 11 more. So I started with a total of 83, but my multiple was 72 plus 11 was 83. So if you're doing it my size, you start with a chain of 83. Now if you want it bigger than that, you want to make your chain a multiple of 12 to where your chain goes past across your chest, the top part of your chest, across right underneath your collarbone to your shoulders on each end, to where it hangs over your shoulders about an inch or so. And that's how you can adjust the size. And make sure it's done in a multiple of 12, and then you add 11 more. But for the large, extra large, you want to start with a chain of 83. Now I already got my top done. I actually already did it, so I'm just starting right here. So I'm going to do just going to show you how to do this Posie stitch in a smaller sample. So yours will be a lot longer than mine. But you chain, like I said, in a multiple of 12 plus 11, or if you want my size, you start with a chain of 83. And once you get your chain made, this is how we're going to do it. Now in the 8th chain from the hook, we are going to double crochet. And remember that we never count the 1 that's on our hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th one, yarn over, and double crochet. Like that. Okay? Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, we're going to skip 2, skip, skip, and double crochet into the next. And that's actually the repeat for this entire row. Chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2, skip, skip, and double crochet into the next. Chain 2, skip 2, skip, skip, and double crochet into the next. And you want to just repeat this until you get to the end of the row. Okay, when you come to the end, you should have enough to finish out your multiple completely. So just double crochet into that last stitch, just like that. Now we're going to start the next row by chaining 1 and turning. Now we're going to single crochet in this very first double crochet that we just did. So this very first one right here, go right in and single crochet. Now we're going to do a chain of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to skip 1 double crochet, and then we're going to single crochet into this next one. So skip this one and single crochet into this one. Just like that. Now we're going to do a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to do a triple crochet 2 together in the same double crochet. So we're going to yarn over twice, go right into that same double crochet, and drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops, yarn over and go through the next 2 loops. Leave these loops on your hook, yarn over twice again, go back into the same stitch one more time, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2 loops, yarn over and go through the next 2 loops, and you'll have 3 loops left on your hook. You want to yarn over and go through all 3. So that was a triple crochet 2 together. Here's your 2. So now we're going to skip this stitch, and we're going to jump to the next one, and we're going to do another triple crochet 2 together in this next stitch. So skip this one and jump over to here. So we're going to yarn over twice, go right through, and drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the next 2, leave these loops on your hook, yarn over twice, go back into the same stitch, drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2, the next 2, you'll have 3 loops left, yarn over and go through all 3. So that is a triple crochet 2 together. Now we want to make this side look like this side. So now we're going to do the chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and go back right into the same stitch and single crochet. So now you got half of the posy flowers right here, 2 petals. And this stitch isn't hard once you get the hang of it. Now the rest of the row is just a repeat of what we just did. So now we're going to start by chaining 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to skip the next double crochet. This one. And we're going to single crochet into the next. And then we're going to do a chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to triple crochet 2 together in the same stitch. Yarn over twice, go right in, drop a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the next 2, leave these on your hook, wrap twice, go in the same stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the next 2, 3 loops left on your hook, yarn over and go through all 3. So there's another petal. Now we're going to skip this double crochet and we're going to work in this one. We're going to start by doing a triple crochet, triple crochet 2 together. It's triple crochet 2 together. If I said double, I'm sorry, but it's triple. Go in, drop a loop, go through the first 2, go through the next 2, yarn over twice, go back through the same stitch, drop a loop, go through the first 2, the next 2, you got 3 loops left, yarn over and go through all 3, and now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go back into the same stitch and single crochet. And then you just start again, repeating, starting with the chain 9. And you want to do that until you get to the end of your row. And when you get to the end and you just did your last petal right here, you want to go ahead and do a chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you want to go ahead and single crochet in the 3rd stitch of this chain over here. So the 3rd stitch, you single crochet. Okay, now we're going to start the next row by doing a chain of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Turning your work. Now we're going to jump to this first chain 9 space and single crochet right through it, like that. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this starts our repeat. Now we're going to be working right here in the center of these 2 petals, so right about here. And we're going to start by doing a triple crochet 2 together. So yarn over twice, go right in and do your triple crochet 2 together. Just like that. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go back into the same spot and we're going to slip stitch. Just like that. And then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to do our triple crochet 2 together in the same spot. Just like that. So now you have 1 complete flower. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump over here to this chain 9 space and single crochet right through it, like that. Now we're going to start, repeat again, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump over here to these petals, so we're going to work right here in the center of them. Triple crochet 2 together. Like that. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch right back into the same spot. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triple crochet 2 together in the same spot. And there you got another complete flower. And we just keep repeating this pattern until we get to the end of the chain. It's where you chain 4 again, single crochet in your next chain 9 space, chain 4 again, and just repeat until you get to the end of the row. Okay, when you make it to the end, you just single crochet in your last chain 9 space, and then you want to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to do a double triple crochet right down here in this single crochet, and that's where you yarn over 3 times and go all the way down here into this single crochet, and then you draw up a loop. Now you just go through 2 loops at a time until you finish it out. Yarn over, go through 2, 2. So you should yarn over and go through 2 4 times, just like that. Okay, now we're going to start our next row. by chaining 1 and turning. Now we're going to single crochet right back into this very first single crochet and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then what we're going to do is jump all the way over to our first flower petal right here at the top and single crochet right here in the end. Just like that. And we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump over to the next petal and single crochet right here in the end of it, or the top of it. Just like that. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip all this stuff and single crochet into the top of your next flower petal. And that's the repeat. Chain 5, single crochet into the top of your next flower petal, and you want to do this until you get to the end of the row. So that's what it's kind of starting to look like. So finish this repeat out, and when you get to the end, you want to go ahead and do your chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to single crochet in the 6th chain of this ending chain here. So 4, 5, the 6th one. Go into it and single crochet. Just like that. So that's what you have. Now we're going to start again. And it's kind of just repeating from here up again. So go ahead and start off with a chain of 5, which counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. So go ahead and turn your work. Now we're going to double crochet right through this chain space, double, right through it. Like that. And now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to come to the next single crochet, which is right here, and double crochet into it, chain 2, and then we'll double crochet right through this whole chain space, chain 2, double crochet into the next single crochet, chain 2, double crochet into your next chain space, and you just want to repeat this until you get to the end of the row. Chain 2, double crochet into the next single crochet, that. And what you're doing is, if you look, you're making the same row we did in the beginning. So go ahead and finish your repeat out to the end of the row. Okay, when you get to the end, you should be able to finish a complete repeat. This will be this last single crochet down here. You just double crochet in it. And that's kind of all this pattern is just repeating these rows that we've been doing from now on. So again, we're just going to start down here with the next row by chaining 1 and turning, single crocheting into the first stitch, and then chaining 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then remember, we skipped this one, and then we did our petals in this one. It's where we did single crochet, and then we chained 4, and then we did our triple crochet 2 together and made a petal. And then we skipped 1, and then we did triple crochet 2 together in the next one. That. And then we chain 4 and single crochet back down into it, and then we just are gonna repeat these rows. I think I messed that one up maybe, but that's all it is now. It's just a repeat of these rows that I just showed you. Now if you have trouble remembering like how you start and finish, just kind of rewind me and keep going. I think after you get a row or two of it done, it'll be real easy to remember, but that's how you do it. So just repeat this row. Right now we're on this row, then we go to this one, and that's it. So just rewind me and follow along. It's real easy. I think you'll be able to do it. And you want to do this for a total to have a total of 7 rows of complete posy stitch of these little posy flowers. So here's 1, and then when this one's finished it'll be 2, and you want to do it to have 7. That's how many I did. But if you want your blouse to be longer, you can actually do as many rows of it as you want. So go ahead and finish that out, and I'll meet right back up with you. Okay, once you get done with your, I did where I have 7 rows of these posy stitches, and then I ended in the double crochet row just like the one that we started with. Now remember, you can always do yours longer, so you can keep doing as many rows as you want. Just make sure that you end in this row of double crochets. And now what I'm going to do is go around the whole piece and clean up the edges, and I'm just going around and I'm putting a single crochet. I've already kind of started around the edges in every stitch, just to clean it up, and then it's going to be easier to sew together that way, like this. And I'm just doing 1 in every stitch, except for the 4 corners. I'm putting 2 single crochets in each of the corners, it just helps it round it a little bit better. Now when you're doing this long side, you're going to notice that it's kind of hard to see where the stitches are. So just do your best to kind of evenly space out the single crochets. That's about all you can do because you can't really tell. But just go ahead and go around your both pieces that you make. You're going to need 2 pieces the same. And go around both of them with the row all the way around of single crochet. Just like this. 1 single crochet in every stitch except for the corners. They're going to get 2 single crochets. And then when you get back to your starting point, you just slip stitch into your first single crochet and you can tie it off. Okay, I went around both pieces with my single crochet, and now I'm going to start sewing them together. So I'm going to lay them out, and both sides kind of look the same to me. So if there's a side you like better, we're going to sew it together wrong side facing us. That way we can flip it inside out and you won't see the seam. And you want to sew it where these posy stitches are horizontal. And I guess you could turn it and make it vertical if it'll fit on you all right. It really just depends on what you want. Okay, so you want to lay your pieces, both of them the same, wrong sides facing us. And start here at the top. And I'm going to count over these little double crochet spaces. I'm going to go over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to start in this double crochet. So it's actually the 5th double crochet from the end. And I'm going to do the same on this back piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. This 5th double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and line them up and put them together. So this is going to get sewed up, and this is going to be the neckline, and we'll sew up the other side the same. Now I'm going to sew mine together by slip stitching it. So I'm going to go in to the stitch. I'm only going to go into the first loop. You can see there's 2 loops. I'm just going to go into the first loop on this piece, and on this back piece I'm going to make sure I get the right spot. Just double crochet over. On this piece I'm going to go into the back loop only, and that's how I'm going to go across and sew it together. So I'm going to go ahead and pull through my yarn, and I'm going to chain 1. Now I'm going to go and jump to the next stitch, going through the first loop on this piece, and then the back loop on the next piece, and then I'm going to slip stitch like that, and the first loop on this piece, the back loop on this piece, slip stitch. And I'm going to do this all the way to the end here. Sorry, my camera's facing funny. I don't have a lot of room on my desk, so I got to kind of do it kind of awkward. First loop on this one, the back loop on this one, and then slip stitch. And if you want to sew it up another way that's easier, like some people use a yarn needle and sew it up, that's fine too. Or single crochet it together, just as long as you can get it together. Like that. And the reason why I'm only going through the 1 loop on each, kind of just puts a little ridge, this ridge here at the top. Just kind of a little decoration, I guess, and you don't have to do that. You can go through both loops if you want, but I'm doing it this way. And it's not going to hurt if you go through both loops. And you want to do this all the way to the end. And when you get to the end, you can tie it off. And then what we'll do is flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Because this is what we're doing now, is this is the neck. So we're sewing up the little shoulder area. And you want to do, count over the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 5th double crochet on each piece. And sew it up at the top the same way. So I'll get this side done and finish the side, and then we'll count an opening for the sleeve holes. Okay, I got both of my sides sewed up, my top shoulder area sewed up, and you can see that the neckline is still open. Now for the sides, you can actually try it on, put it over your shoulders if you want, and kind of put a tie, put your arm through and kind of put a tie where your arm fits comfortably. If you want to do it that way, if you're making a different size than me. So, because I just put mine on my mannequin and I kind of just count down how many stitches I need and do it that way. But what I'm going to come up with for my size is got these tails in the way. Starting up here, I'm going to go down 20 stitches. And then starting up here, I'm going to go down 20 stitches. And then I'll leave them 20 stitches open. And then I'll just sew it down here all the way. So I'm going to count down 20 on both sides. So there's 20 there. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. And there. So there's my armhole. So I'm actually going to sew it together the same way. Through the first loop and through the back loop on the next one. And I'm going to slip stitch it. And I still have my piece flipped wrong side out. I'll flip it right side out when I get done sewing up the sides. So it's just going to be the same way through the first loop and then the back loop. And remember, you can test your sleeves out on yourself and just to where it feels comfortable. But now I'm just going to do it the same way. First loop on, oh my hand's in the way. First loop on here, back loop on the next one, and then slip stitch. And I'm going to do this all the way down, matching up stitches. And this is going to sew the sides up. And I want to do both sides the same. I want to make sure the sleeve holes are the same length on each side. So I did 20 on this side and 20 stitches on this side, so I want to make sure when I do the other side it's going to be the same. And if you did yours different, just make sure you do the same number. And then I'm going to slip stitch it all the way down to the bottom on both sides. Okay, I went ahead and flipped my work right side out, and I got all my sides sewed up, and here's my armhole. Now you don't have to put a sleeve on it. I'm just going to kind of put like a little quick sleeve on it, and you don't have to if you don't want, but you can start anywhere. I'm just going to start up here at the top. I'm going to start out by doing a chain of 6, which counts as a double crochet and a chain 3. Now I'm going to skip 3 stitches, skip, 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 and double crochet into the next. Like that. And I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip 3, skip, 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 and double crochet into the next. And that is the repeat all the way around. Chain 3 and skip 3, skip, 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 double crochet into the next. So I'm going to do this all the way around my sleeve armhole until I get back here. Okay, I made it back around to the beginning of my armhole. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch. If you don't have exactly 3 at the end, it's no big deal. You're not even going to be able to tell. 3 stitches left. I think I only have a couple, but you won't be able to tell. So go ahead and slip stitch into the 3rd space of the chain 6. Okay, and then I'm going to do a chain of 6 again. And I'm going to come over and I'm going to double crochet into the top of this. Double crochet. Like that. I'm going to chain 3, double crochet into the top of the next, double crochet, chain 3. So we're just repeating kind of what we just did. Double crochet into the next, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet here into the next, double crochet, and we're just going to do that all the way around. Chain 3, and then double crochet again. I'm just going to keep doing rows of these little block stitches kind of until I get the sleeve as long as I want. So when I get back around to the beginning, I'll just start again by slip stitching into my chain 3 of the chain 6, chain 6 again, double crochet in here, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3 all the way around, and I want to do that for as long as I want my sleeves to be. Okay, I went ahead and did 5 of the block stitch rows on my sleeves, but you do as many as you want. And I went ahead and ended by slip stitching into the 3rd stitch of my chain 6. Now I'm going to go around it with single crochet. So I chained 1. Now I'm going to do these 3 chains. I'm just going to go right through the loop and do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to single crochet into the top of this double. And then the next space I'm going to do my 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to single crochet into the top of the double. Work 3 single crochets into the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into the top of this double. Now what this is doing is this is cleaning it up, all the edges up. And you want to do both sleeves the same, and remember you can make them as long as you want. But do both sleeves the same size. And then we're just going to go around like the collar area and the bottom with single crochet too. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this sleeve real quick and do my other sleeve. Okay, I went ahead and I got both my sleeves done. And remember, you could have made them any length that you want. And what I did to finish it is I just went around the collar with a row of single crochet. I still got some tails to hide. And then I just went around the bottom with a row of single crochet. And that's all I did, and that's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, and I hope you were able to follow along okay. I hope you're able to get this stitch down. It's not real hard once you get the hang of it. Please don't forget to check me out on Facebook, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, have a good day.